Hello friends, my name is NazDragonite and today I want to talk to you about Naughty Dog, most specifically their next game. Now Uncharted 4 has already been announced. That was going to be a given anyway, given how successful that franchise is. And The Last of Us 2 is kind of up in the air. It's a weird artsy game, that one is, so I'm uncertain whether they'll make a sequel to that or not. But they've come out recently and they've been saying that there are secrets out on the internet saying what the next game could be, and not everybody's found them. Now I've got a couple of theories I'd like to share with you today. First, I'd like to mention that Naughty Dog are big purveyors of the Easter egg. They always like to litter their games full of Easter eggs, little hints at their old games, and just sort of embracing their past. In The Last of Us you've got references to Jak and Daxter. In Uncharted there's a reference to Crash, most specifically the Hogwild level. In The Last of Us there was a reference to Eddie Raja from Uncharted. But the one I want to talk about is of course the newspaper from Uncharted. In the bar in the first level there's a newspaper on the table and it's saying, zombie outbreak and scientists don't know what's going on. And that made me think, let's go through The Last of Us and see what could be in there. Now the big thing that I found in The Last of Us is of course Savage Starlight. Now Savage Starlight is a sci-fi epic that you find in both comic book form and as a movie poster knocking around the world. In fact, you can find this movie poster on its own website on the internet. So maybe they're working on a Savage Starlight game, which I'd really like to see actually, because reading the backs of those comics seem like there's a really interesting story there, kind of like getting outnumbered and being the end of the world and aliens and all sorts. It just sounds like it'd be a really fun concept to run with. But maybe it's a bit too nail on the head for me to say that there is definitely going to be a Savage Starlight game. Maybe I need to explore further into the back catalogue of the Naughty Dog games to see what other clues I can garner from those, and the results were quite interesting. Crash Bandicoot 2 very heavily featured snow levels off. Uncharted 2 very heavily featured snow levels off. Jak and Daxter 3 big massive desert to explore. Uncharted 3 big massive desert to explore. Hell, if you look at The Last of Us from a point of view that you're making your way and exploring ruins from an ancient society, Uncharted is basically the same. Both have the idea that nature has run amok and retaken back these societies. And we can go further into it, of course. All the games in the Naughty Dog series have an older mentor trying to guide their younger protege. Crash Bandicoot 2, the Wargates in that game look very similar to the Wargate used by Jak in Jak 2. And of course you've got to look at the fact that half of the locations that have ever been in a Naughty Dog game have been pre-predicted already in Crash Team Racing. Just look at Crash Cove. Doesn't it look very similar to the Uncharted jungle? And of course Mystery Cave is very similar to the lava area in Jak and Daxter. And then of course there's the secret clock image in The Last of Us. What does that mean? And then Penta Penguin, he looks so much like a precursor orb. I'm surprised we didn't guess they were going to do Jak and Daxter beforehand. What does it all mean? Oh, come on. I've got it. I know what the next game's going to... I've figured it out. Oh, you are good, Naughty Dog, but I am better. The next game, you're going to love this, I've figured it, is going to be